that this was mentioned that, say about 20 years ago, the construction workers, data show that 70% or more of construction workers died of lung cancer. Now, like, it's no longer the case. It's history. So that's why they use data to understand history, to understand how to move forward, what to change. And they do have this understanding of technology being a tool that is helpful instead of resisting. Then it is a proof that, and I mean, like, when one of the countries proves that it's working, then others immediately adapt. And this was the interesting part, that the language barrier before, like, I was in northern China where they spoke Mandarin back in 2010, but if you went to south, it was Cantonese, and you would have to bring an interpreter with you. This time, somehow, Mandarin was spoken all over Southeast Asia, in all countries, even in Thailand, where language is not even close or similar. Everybody had survival enough. So all the laborers that you could speak in Vietnam, like, where the language is very, very different than anywhere else, you could survive knowing Mandarin everywhere, like knowing English in Europe and being able to.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that made, I believe, information, maybe because of internet. Everyone is using internet and everyone is using English while they are using it. I don't know. Mandarin went that way in Southeast Asia, that everywhere you could just speak and find somebody to get you the information that you needed for work, for construction, for sure.
Yeah, and that's interesting, because the job site's always changing, which makes it much more risky, right? And so when you have a lot of moving parts and elements that are going to continuously be changing, there's a cultural element that's involved, such as, like, communication. Something as simple as communication. And I know some of the construction projects that we have, with our customers, they do have a requirement for us to translate something as simple as the onboarding, right? And that's a key feature. And that increase in communication alone allows the site to be more safe, because that allows them to do their safety training, provide all of the resources that the workers might need before starting a job to understand the job. Something as simple as that's considered technology, and it's a streamlined way to onboard and reduce risk on a job site.
Absolutely. Yes.
And then something else that you mentioned about just the data in general and what people can use it for. I find it interesting, across our customers, everyone seems to have somewhat of a different use case. If not, there's some similarities. But you provide them with these worker tendencies and this workforce data, and how they use it is amazing, to learn more about their workforce, to learn more about their projects, and make strives to make improvements, because these are big players. The owners shape a lot, but the contractors also, what they bring to the table, shape how the project is run as well.
Yes.
And like we were saying, there's no two projects that are really the exact same.
Yes.
So everyone is unique in itself. So we're running short on time. I just wanted to have some concluding thoughts as we finish up here. So I've been around for a decade, so I think I'm allowed to say this. I've seen a rapid progression in the last couple of years. I think you would agree, towards the implementation of technology, I think largely in part due to AI and what AI can do for us.
Yes.
Is that something that you would agree?
Yes, I will tell you. I started in 1996. I started with ink and Mylar. And back then it was AutoCAD R13. And then 14, and then 2000. So nothing much changed from 1996 until a couple of years ago. It just blows my mind. Like, even when Revit came, we were already using. I have a certificate in Autodesk Viz that was like Max, but for buildings, specifically for buildings, from 2003. But even Revit was like revolutionary somehow, but the last couple of years in construction or infrastructure or mega project, say like 5 years or so, from my personal experience, now it's like, I thought mega projects were big. Now it's becoming giga projects. How much you can do and what you can do with it is just being like mind-blowing, and I'm really excited about it, because I don't know where it might go, and every day you might wake up and there might be some technology that doubles the speed, that doubles the safety, that doubles everything, and I don't know where we are going, but I'm really excited that I was able to see it. But yeah, since 1996, I think the last 5 years have been way more progressive and rapid technology adoption, or technology coming out, discovery, than before, for my experience.
That's funny, because I feel like I've been waiting a lifetime for these last couple of years. And I've only been working. I mean, the first day I started working, I saw her. I was expecting it to be like so advanced that I wouldn't understand anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like this is similar to, because my dad's also an engineer, and I used to go out to his projects when I was really young, and I'm like, this seems very similar, And then the last like 3 or 4 years, all of a sudden we've taken like quantum steps in technology adoption, and it seems like a lot of it is stemming from either the noticeable impacts that technology is having with efficiencies, or the understanding that there is a labor shortage. There's also a lot going on in the world right now with the increase in prices, whether it be tariffs or whatnot, with inflation. So there's a strong focus on that as well.
Yes.
So in that sense, how important do you think it is for owners and general contractors to invest in new technologies?
More than 100%. If you haven't done it, you're definitely too late. Just do it.
Yeah.
Do it. I mean, you're never too late if you don't do it. Better late than never. Just go for it. And I mean, the thing is, if an owner is hesitant, all it takes is one plane ticket. Just fly to a place where they are doing it in a city scale, in a large scale. Just go, see it with your own eyes, touch it, come back, and that's all it will take. I can promise for that.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Yeah, that's one thing I think I'm most impressed by some of our customers. They have full innovation departments and research and development departments dedicated towards researching new technologies and investing in new technologies for for very specific things that will help improve their efforts on a construction site, improve like safety on a construction site, whether it be compliance or just how they're building, how they're communicating. I find that very impressive when I see a company that I come across that has that mindset, that forward-thinking mindset to do that.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm on the same page. I think it's absolutely necessary, but you are the expert here, so I really appreciate your insight.
I'm delivering. I'm the harbinger. I'm telling all of you, it's working.
Yeah, so from a global perspective, there's no
I'm
secret.
the witness.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So everything around the world is rapidly changing, and it's fun to be here on the ride,
Yes.
And hopefully we keep seeing some great improvements as well, and it doesn't stop.
Yes, it's
Awesome.
Exciting times ahead, even more.
Thank you, Esin. I appreciate you joining the show.
Thank you, John, for having me.
Of course. So until next time, yes. Thank you, guys.
Cool.
Perfect timing.
Awesome. That was fun.
That was so much fun.
It was